Good evening, good evening, good evening. So I can see people are now joining on Facebook and on Twitter and on Periscope. Thank you. Trisha is here as well. Massive shout out to those who are listening on the replay on the audio experience. Do let me know where you are listening to the audio experience from. Always interesting. As some people tweet me that they've been listening from different countries all over the world, which is like crazy. I don't know how you guys have found me, but thank you very much for sticking about. Darren Jeffrey's in the house as well on Facebook. Darren, how are you? Good to hear from you, mate. So we're talking tonight about something super interesting. I was out doing my weekly vlog today. Me and Petch were out filming some stuff, and we got talking about kind of breakthroughs in the acting industry. You know, at what point people start getting traction in their careers. And I was talking because we went back to visit Michael Jackson, the casting director. Went to Act for TV. Anyone on here been to any of Michael's classes? Act for TV. Michael Jackson's married to Beverly Keogh, one of the biggest casting directors for drama in the country. Cast massive stuff. Michael himself is a bit of a tour de force in commercial casting. And we went back to Act for TV today because I was going to meet Michael. Turns out I couldn't meet him, he wasn't there. I don't know where he'd gone off to. But Joe Simpson, the actor, who's Michael's kind of lead shooter for Act for TV, was there. And we sat down, had a brew and a bit of a catch-up. And I saw a picture. It was really, really cool. So a picture of me on the wall from when I did a drama called Accused years ago. It's like my second job that I'd ever done in the TV industry. I'd done, I think the day before I did Accused, I'd done like 6 lines at Emmerdale. It was my first acting job. And then the very next day, I got this role to do on this thing called Accused. And that was with Peter Capaldi and Juliet Stevenson. It was massive. I went into it bricking myself a little bit and just had a great time. But there's a still of me up on the wall. And Joe was like, wow, do you remember that? And I was like, yeah, I remember this kind of breakthrough happening in my career. Where I started booking work. And he was like, what do you think it came down to? And I was like, you know what? The thing that really changed the game for me came out of one word, and that is reciprocity. And for those who don't know what reciprocity is, you will know what it is. I'm going to explain to you all tonight. But basically, it's doing things for others, not because you want to control them and you want to, kind of like, completely manipulate people. But it's doing stuff really with no expectation of anything back in return. But almost because of the human condition, if you do it enough, you will get loads back in return. I'm going to explain to you tonight how that happened to me, what I started doing in order to kind of like gain that reciprocity from other people, and how transformational it was. And I think we can use this today far easier than ever before due to social media. So let me put some slides up and we'll go into it and explain actually what I mean by this properly if I slam this up in here now. So we're looking at 10 ways to grow your social following, but this is actually grow your acting career, your social following, and your life in general as well. You can apply this rule to everything, and that is reciprocity. So let's go through it and actually talk to you a little bit about what it is. Would massively appreciate a little cheeky share on this. More people we can hit with this, more people we can influence, and the more reciprocity you may get back in return. If you share something with somebody that's useful, you don't know what they're going to share with you that's useful as well. So would massively appreciate a retweet if you're on Twitter right now or Periscope or on Facebook. Give it a share to your timeline. The stuff does apply to anybody regardless of whether they're an actor or not. So thank you very much for retweeting that. Fanny, I can see you just done that on Twitter. Anybody else, give it a little retweet for me. It ties in exactly to what we're talking about tonight. So first of all, what is the law of reciprocity? Okay, the law of reciprocity means literally to give and take mutually, okay, and to return in kind or even in another kind or degree. Okay, so you might do something small for somebody else, but it means a lot to them and they do something big for you. Okay, you may have heard the law of reciprocity expressed as, I'll scratch your back if you scratch mine. Anyone heard that? Maybe, people think, oh, that's a bit of like a sleazy kind of thing in terms of, oh, what are you going to do for me if I do this for you? It's not about that. That's not the law of reciprocity. That's trying to control and manipulate people. Law of reciprocity literally is, I'm going to scratch your back with no expectation of you scratching mine. But that's generally what happens. So, for instance, who is writing their Christmas cards right now? Anyone on here? Does anyone do that? I don't really do Christmas cards. I do digital stuff. Anyone still sit down and like write old school Christmas cards? I used to love it at school. When we had like the post box at school, and it was like at the end of the day they'd bring around all the Christmas cards, and it's like, oh my god, I'm gonna get all these Christmas cards. And like, did you ever do that? Did that at my school? Very, very exciting. But what happened, right? This is reciprocity in the real world. What happened when you sent, don't do cards anymore, says Kim, but Fanny does. What happens when you send a Christmas card to all your mates or whatever, and then you get back one Christmas card from someone in the class who you didn't send a card to, and you're like, oh God, this might happen like now. You might get a card through the post, and they're not on your Christmas card list. Instantly, what do? You go, oh God, right, wait a minute, I've got to get a card, write it out, and send it to those people. I don't want them to think they weren't on my list. They've obviously thought of me, thus I need to send them a card. That's reciprocity right there. Equally, anyone been out for a brew with their mates today, and you go to Costa or Starbucks or wherever you go to, and they go, oh no, don't worry, I'll get these. Your initial, almost like human instinct, total instinct, is to go, oh, wait a minute, well, I'll get them next time then. And then it's same with the meal, and you go, okay, well, you get these this time, but next time it's definitely on me. They've not gone, I'm going to buy you a coffee or send you a Christmas card because I want a coffee back from you or a Christmas card back from you. It's just what instinctively you want to do for the other people when they have done something in kind for you. So do you get that? I know it sounds dead basic, and it is very obvious, but I don't think a lot of people see how they can benefit from this law outside of buying coffees for people and buying meals for people or sending Christmas cards to people. This is the thing, without a doubt, that changed my acting career and my voiceover career, very, very quickly. That as well as, getting better at auditions, obviously. But in terms of the opportunities I got to audition, they all came about because of this law of reciprocity. And we're going to go into that a little bit further tonight. So let me just move on here. So yeah, the law of reciprocity, which applies in every culture on the face of the earth, simply explains that when someone gives you something, you feel an obligation to give back. And it is. It's not you being manipulated. It's just a massive, inbuilt reaction for us as human beings. So when I look now, I've put 12 ways. It's not. It's 10 ways. I told you I was writing these slides out there quick. Look at 10 ways actually tonight in which you can leverage reciprocity to grow both your social media following, right, your social influence. You can do this. Reciprocity, God, is the fastest and most effective way to use reciprocity, at any time of the day is through social media. But also how this is going to impact your acting career to date as well. And you can do all of these things. The next 10 things we're going to look at, you literally can do tonight. And some of you can, you can even, depending on how good you are multitasking, you can do it while you're on this live broadcast. Tony Rossi in the house from Chicago. Good to see you, dude. Hope you're well. Saw you on Facebook yesterday doing your Sunday video when I was out on my run. Didn't have a chance to tune in though, man. I was doing half marathon, Tony, but I saw you'd gone live. And we'll catch up on it. Hope it was a good one, dude. So let's have a look at these 10 ways, not 12 ways. Apologies for over-promising and under-delivering there. For those who are on the audio experience, you won't know what I'm talking about, but I put 12 ways on this slide and I only meant 10. So 1, right? Dead simple. I just asked you to do it. Literally at the start of this, just went, listen, retweet this for me. Would massively love you to retweet this broadcast for me right now, okay? And that applies to, retweeting links on Twitter, retweeting people's comments on Twitter, retweeting people's posts on Twitter, their pictures on Twitter, their videos on Twitter, their showreels on Twitter. How this applies in and out of your acting career, okay? Basically, showreel share day, when everybody retweets the shit out of everybody's showreel in the world. Thank you, Steve, for retweeting this. That's reciprocity right there. I think, the last showreel share day, my showreel got nearly 500 retweets. On a normal day, well, God, some days nothing at all. On a normal week, 2 or 3. Showreel share day, that's when everybody comes together purposefully and consciously to retweet other people's showreels. And then you end up with hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of retweets. And you're not doing it, retweeting someone else's because you want to get yours back. You're just buying into the whole ethos of the day. And this is really useful. So for me, on social media, and it applies to every one of these 10 points, right? When people want to get hold of me or want me to do something for them or that kind of thing, I notice, you can send me an email. Like I say, it might take 10 days for me to get back to you. I notice on a daily basis what people are doing and mentioning me in, commenting on every single day on social media. The fastest way to get to me, and I think anybody else really on the planet, faster than email, faster than anything bar phone, unless if you've got their phone number, is social media and Twitter. Twitter, I still think, is the most powerful platform for direct interaction. If you think of every A-list celebrity, director, writer, producer, whoever, actor, singer, 99.9% of them are on Twitter. And where else on the planet can you actually send a direct message, literally at such and such a body? I can read Richard Branson's blogs. I can, look at what he's posting about business on LinkedIn, that sort of stuff. Twitter, I can actually mention Richard Branson, or the massive, he's a billionaire, massive players in the acting industry. Chances are, if I am consistent enough, and I might not get a reply on day one, but consistent enough, I will eventually get a reply. Like I said before, I've ended up in direct message conversations like on Twitter, as in DMs when they follow me back, with people like Hugh Bonneville, who I never would have thought in a million years I'd be able to get hold of on any other way. I wouldn't be able to get hold of his agent and go, hi, can you just get hold of Hugh for me? Or I'll have a little chat with him about doing an interview. Twitter, I can. You are more likely to get a reply off somebody if previously you've been showing reciprocity by actually supporting their stuff already, retweeting their stuff already, commenting on their stuff already, joining in the conversation with people already. So right now, if you are watching this on Twitter, literally, I don't know, don't leave the broadcast, but straight afterwards, you could go down your feed and hopefully you're following decent people within the acting industry. Just go, what can I do for somebody tonight to support what they are doing? So for instance, the other night, Jordan Hogg, great director, BAFTA nominated director. I auditioned for him for Coronation Street a few months back. Didn't give me the role. But I then interviewed him for Acts on This. I know he, through Twitter, he directed the Saturday night just gone episode of Casualty. He put a tweet out about how he would like people to watch. What am I going to do? Of course I'm going to support that guy. That's reciprocity right there. I retweet his tweet, I comment on it, and then I end up telling other people to tune in tonight at 9:10 to watch this episode of Casualty. That's reciprocity. And I'm not doing it because I want anything back from Jordan. I'm doing it because it's the right thing to do. And actually, by doing that, Jordan and people like that are going to be way more, inclined to help me and pay me back in return by retweeting my stuff or giving me opportunities, because I have done that, for him first. All right. So there might be something right now. Good evening, Claire Jones. Good evening, Mark Joseph. And good evening, Alex Hewitt, over on Facebook. So there will be something right now after this broadcast. You could definitely retweet for somebody. You could retweet this broadcast for me right now. You could retweet someone's comments, someone's post, someone's pictures, someone's show reel, whatever it is. But that's literally, I know these sound straightforward, but these are things that people just don't seem to do instinctively on a daily basis. Rebecca Madden got cast in Once Upon a Time for retweeting. I missed the rest of that comment, whoever it was. But there you go. I mean, but that's a perfect, I don't know what the rest of the comment was, but that's a perfect example. People just notice you when you do things for them unconditionally. That's number one. Let's have a look. All of these are dead simple, all right? But I just want to remind you of them. Like I say, there's 10 of them. Number two, this is super, super, super important, all right? Acknowledge every single mention you get on every social media platform, full stop. All right? If you go onto YouTube right now and you have a look at my weekly vlog, I must have replied to, 300 comments on Friday just gone. And I sat down, it took me 2 hours, but I was like, if somebody's taking the time out to watch my vlog, right? And these episodes are 25 minutes. And then not just watch, but leave a comment. And all the comments are lovely and positive and, really supportive. Who am I to go, I don't have time to actually get back to all these people who have spent time watching my stuff? It's just, that's just nonsense, isn't it? No one on here, including myself, is too fancy to go, I can't spend 3 hours on a Friday or 3 hours on a Saturday or just whenever it is, replying to every single comment anyone has ever left for me on social media. And that applies to your Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, Pinterest, LinkedIn, everywhere. Okay, don't say, "Oh, I don't have time." Oh, I just don't have time. Some of the busiest people in the world and some mentors who I follow online, who have millions of followers, make it their duty to reply. When you get to millions, you can't probably do all of them, but to reply to a hell of a lot of them, at least 70% of the stuff that they get. I genuinely get excited for a new episode of Watch Ross, says Kim. Thank you, Kim. That's the vlog, by the way, guys. Watch Ross. Go to youtube.com/Watch Ross. See, if you know what? If you shared that video out or you left a comment on it, you've instantly got my attention. Whereas if you just sent me an email or something, I'm like, I've got a day in the week where I reply to all my emails. You sent me something on YouTube, I literally see it straight away, wherever I am, because I'm excited about the show, about what I'm doing. I'm excited to hear people's responses. As Gary Vaynerchuk says, those comments are my oxygen. I love it. It's obviously why we do it, isn't it? It's why we put stuff out there, because we want people to watch it. I'm not going to do a weekly vlog because I don't want anyone to watch it. I don't like people leaving comments. Of course I do. I love it. And if you do that for me, I'm so much more likely to feel like I am obligated in a way to do something back for you in return. You're not leaving a comment on my vlog because you expect me to do something back for you. If you're watching it and you're enjoying it, you're leaving it because it's probably the right thing to do. Alex says, speaking of which, I just tweeted a link to my new show reel. Would appreciate a retweet, guys. Alex, leave your username for Twitter in a comment now, and I'll give you a shout out literally live to everybody who's watching. So that's number 2. You've just got to acknowledge every single mention you get, full stop. When you do that, people feel special. Who's got really excited when they've tweeted a celebrity? Maybe it's just a singer or someone not in the industry, not in the acting industry, nothing to do with your career, but you've tweeted somebody, or, I remember tweeting who is it? Like Mel and Sue when they did the Great British Bake Off, because I'd baked some fairy cakes, right, with my nephew, and we had a competition with my niece and my nephew for whose were the best. And I took a picture of them and sent it to Mel going, right, I need you to judge. And it's dead exciting when you get, you actually get a message back from somebody. It's lovely. That's what that's what you are invoking in people when you reply to what they have sent you, and they are more likely to then reply and support you in the future. All right, Brian, he says, Ross just saw you on the telly. What did you see me on, Brian? Let me know. I don't know what I've got floating around. I've got an episode of Corrie knocking around at the moment. But that's interesting. I got a reply from Trish Stratus, and I was shocked, says Bobby. There you go, man. Trish is a wrestler, yeah? See that? I'm clued up, Bobby. Alex says, at Alex Hewitt, actor. At Alex, A-L-E-X. Hewitt is H-E-W-I-T-T, actor. Let's see if we can get Alex some retweets live right now. Mel and Sue did reply, Fanny. Yes, they did, and they didn't vote for my cakes as the best. I think my niece, Isla, got the best cakes. Let's do this now for Alex. At Alex Hewitt. Hewitt is H-E-W-I-T-T, actor. And let's show him the power of reciprocity. So, Alex, what I want you to do, anyone in here who retweets your show reel, Alex. It was Corrie, says Brian. Thanks, Corrie. Thanks for watching, mate. Kim got a reply from Kevin McNally, and now we're good friends. There you go, Kim. You don't know where it's going to go, do you? So, Alex, everybody who retweets your thing now, I want you to go on their Twitter, and I want you to retweet the last tweet of value that they made. It might be something that they're promoting themselves, their show reel, but do that in return, mate, because that's the right thing to do. So people go in, retweet Alex show reel, at Alex Hewitt actor. Do it. It's the right thing to do. Alex will then retweet one of your tweets now, and I want to know in these Facebook comments, Alex, when that's happened. At least a few people in here should do that for you. So that's number 2, right? Acknowledge it, basically, when people are helping you out. Number 3, share valuable blog posts or links from sources that you find useful and are going to be interesting to your social audience. This is why people will want to follow you. So if you're just sharing your life, every single post, like, oh, I'm doing this, I'm doing that, here I am in the gym, here I am doing this, it gets a bit boring, doesn't it? Whereas what I like to do is try and collate, be the curator of great content from elsewhere as well sometimes. So I'll be like, actually, I've just seen this video, super motivational, or I've seen this really inspiring picture or quote, or I've seen this film or this show reel or this short film, whatever it is. And I would like to share that with my audience because I think it'll be useful and it's going to serve them positively. So it's not all about me. It's about other people as well, and things that I find useful, those people finding useful as well. And when you do that, people are going to, want to follow you because you are adding value to their lives. And this also means as well that you don't have to constantly be coming up with stuff like, oh, God, what can I post? Bobby just retweeted for you, Alex. So get yourself over to Bobby Says Hi on your Twitter and retweet something for Bobby. Yeah, it means you don't always have to come up like creating content. This is why I'm doing my weekly vlog at the moment. It's because I don't have to actually create content. What's great is I'm just living my life. Petch is filming it. And, it's like documenting content. It's almost like free content for me. I don't need to. It's not free because I've got to pay Petch, but it's free in terms of I don't have to, think of stuff to do. And sometimes people get stuck on social media and paralyzed on social media. Like, oh, I don't know what to post. I'm not posting it on Instagram in 6 days because I don't know what to post. And they feel they've got to come up with something clever or something great. You don't. Just grab something out there that's already there that you found useful and just post that or, retweet that. post a link to it on your Twitter or whatever. Reciprocity, again, will shine through. When you are putting good stuff in front of people, they will thank you for it. Claire Jones says retweeted. Claire's a team player. Nice one, Claire. So let's have a look. So what have you done? Have you put your Twitter there as well? Mellie121 at Mellie, Mellie 121. So go and give Claire some love, Alex, some retweets. So that's number 3. All right. So I've got 7 things. Like I say, these are all dead obvious, but the things that you can do right now, and you will just see these paying dividends for you, if not instantly, very, very soon. Number 4. So again, share the posts of others. You're going to have seen some stuff on Facebook as well, and Google Plus, and LinkedIn as well. And there's something very specific to LinkedIn I think I point to in like number 8 in a minute. But again, rather than just retweeting stuff on Twitter and posting links on Twitter, we've got to do this on all the other platforms as well. It's dead easy on Facebook. I don't know if anyone uses Google Plus that much. I used to use Google Plus quite a bit. Kind of don't really use it too much anymore. I think it was a platform that looked like it was going to take off, but didn't do particularly well. But it is still alive. That's why I've mentioned it. LinkedIn is very, very good, and I'll tell you in a minute why LinkedIn is very, very good for actors. Charlie's here, says, great reel, Alex. So Charlie's had a look at it, Alex. Boom. So, this is Reciprocity right now. Jill is here as well. All right, Jill. Great to see you. So 4, share the posts of others on Facebook, Google+, LinkedIn, etc., etc., etc. And you can do that super easily on Facebook. If you're on Facebook right now, you will see literally under this post a share button with an arrow zooming on it. Just click it, and then you can share it to your timeline. It takes 2 seconds, but do you know how much that means to the person who has created that post or has created that content? It just means the world to them. And they are so more likely to go and have a look at your stuff then and go, what can I share for this person in return? Not because I feel I have to, because I want to, because that's how the law of reciprocity works. For those who've been sharing Watch Ross, go to facebook.com/Watch Ross. Just lights up my world when I see the number of shares going up under that video, going, wow, people are watching the vlog. It makes it so worthwhile. And same, with your show reel, or maybe it doesn't even need to be a video. It could just be something that you've written that's, inspirational or motivational, or a bit of life experience. Like, what, today I had this experience, I want to share it with everybody. Trust me, no one's going to share your Facebook posts, like we said before, that are just, oh my God, could it get any worse? We don't want to do Facebook posts like that. We want to do Facebook posts that are share worthy. Okay, same for Google Plus, same for LinkedIn. So it's all points 3 and 4, literally all just about sharing. Point number 5. Again, this means the world to me, and I know it will do to you when you're in the same situation. Just leave valuable comments after reading any post on social media. So many people will watch a how-to video, or they'll watch, a show reel from somebody, or they'll watch something, and they will leave having not left a comment. Now, that person doesn't even know that you've watched it, and you might have thought, wow, that's amazing, and you're happy it's delivered value to you, and you go about your day and you're inspired, and you're like, right, that's really got me pumped up, or I was really entertained by that. It costs you nothing to leave a comment, and yet the disproportionate value that brings the person whose video or post that is just insane. Just one comment from you, again, means the world. It's the equivalent of buying them a coffee, buying them their meal. They will want to do the same for you. We got another Claire Jones in the house who I went to uni with. There's 2 Claire Jones here tonight, both names spelled the same on Facebook. Hope you're well. Second Claire Jones on here. But yeah, I would just, if you are reading anything on social media, and you've probably read something today, anyone read something today that they're like, wow, like that was really, really good, because you could then, you could tie in like 3 of these that we've mentioned already into that thing. If you've read something on social media, or you've watched it on social media that's like really, really cool, you could literally, share the link from, share that link on your own feed on Twitter to draw people to it, but then you're offering value to people like you for that. That's point 3. Point 4, share, that on social, on Facebook or wherever as well. Again, it's going to draw more people to the post, but also to you, because you've delivered the value, you've discovered that post for people. And then if you leave a comment on it, the person whose post it is going to be like, right, they might go and check out your profile, leave a comment on your stuff. If that person's an influencer and they're like, hey, thanks, man, again, you're going to pay dividends. So I posted a picture of Lewis Howe's book that we did for book club last week. The week before last, and then for 3 weeks before that as well, called The Mask of Masculinity. I did that because I didn't want anything back from it. I don't want anything from Lewis. Did it on the book club, not because I wanted anything from Lewis, because I wanted to deliver value to you guys. But I noticed Lewis, tweeted me today, a reply today, and he has done in the past previously, building a rapport slowly with people like that who have hundreds and hundreds of thousands of followers. It only takes him to retweet one thing of mine, of value, and then I gain loads of followers from that as well. Reciprocity. Mark says, great topic. Going to catch it on the replay. Nice one, Mark. That would be awesome, man. Leave a comment, though, Mark. Let me know that you've watched it, and then I'll leave a comment on something of yours. Number 5, leave comment on blogs. This is away from social media, okay? You'll see on a lot of websites comment sections under valuable articles, okay? Or under, it might just be a page on a website, but it's got a video on it, and that's all it's got, but it's got a comment section on there. Again, leave comments on the blogs of others. If there's a director who's got a blog, or a writer who's got a blog, or I don't think casting directors do. Some casting people do have a bit of a blog on their website. You'll find by default, most of these platforms like WordPress have a comment section at the bottom, and hardly anybody in the world these days leaves a comment, because they're too fancy. They're like, oh, I haven't got time to leave a comment. Who are you to say you don't have 2 minutes to leave a comment after you've just got value from this person, right? If I find value, I always try and say thank you for it, even if it's just a one sentence or a couple of words. When people do this on my website, on actsonthis.tv, they might watch a tutorial on how you create a voiceover reel. That was a popular one that people used to leave a lot of comments on. I see those. It means the world to me again, and I reply to every single one. I reply to those comments almost instantly, way faster again than if someone sent me an email. And I know other people have this same kind of response, because they get hundreds of emails. They get like one comment, 2 comments or whatever on their actual blog post that they've poured over, invested their time and all of the, all of their effort. And when you leave a reply on those, instantly they're going to get a notification from their platform, whatever they've written on, going, hey, Claire Jones has just left a comment. Alice says, Ross, how important it is for an actor to have a blog? Not massively important, Alex, to be honest, unless you're doing stuff that actually warrants well, 2 things really. I guess one, I think it's quite cathartic for someone to have, in terms of it's useful for you to get your thoughts down. Useful in terms of you getting you jobs, not useful really at all. No one's going to give you an acting gig off the back of a blog, to be honest with you. But if it helps you get your thoughts out, be creative, feel good, feel like you're giving something back to the community, engaging with other actors, it's really useful. So again, I would, do it without any expectation, and you'll really enjoy it. It's almost like documenting. It's what I do with a vlog, effectively. It's just a video blog, innit? Again, I don't have any expectation. I hope people are gonna enjoy it, but I just do it because it makes me feel creative. It gives me a purpose. I feel connected to the industry. And you can do that in the written word. People don't have to do video. If you actually I've got a real knack with words, do words. If you've got a real knack with audio, do a podcast. If you're naturally in front of the camera, get the camera on and do a vlog. It's not necessary, but it can really help you creatively, particularly in collaboration with other actors who might have blogs, vlogs, podcasts, etc., etc. But a casting director, it's not going to give you work because you've done a nice blog piece. But if it adds value, and you tweet it out and you put it on your Instagram and it's like, hey guys, I've written this blog about, my experience in the acting group, all this kind of stuff. My experience, being in the community, being an actor today. Then if it adds value, people will retweet that. It can be useful for you in that way. And plus, it's just reciprocity, isn't it? You're giving, thus you will probably end up receiving in return as well. But comments on blogs, super, super important. I promise you will make people's day if you read their blog and leave a comment, because if you go to most blog posts, people just don't leave them these days. People are too busy on social to actually leave a comment on the actual website, but that's a way to get noticed very quickly and have immediate reciprocity. 7, so this follows on from 6. So not only leave comments, if you do have a blog, always respond to comments and give answers to questions asked. So like I said about that audio blog that I did about recording your first voice reel, I do a tutorial on GarageBand for those who have a Mac, and I do a tutorial on Audacity for those who are on PC or Mac, and it's a tutorial on how you can record your first voice reel. I always end up with follow-up questions to that about, oh, should I get this microphone? Is that microphone good for me? That kind of stuff. Again, if people have left a comment, I'm going to reply because they've taken time out to reply. And you build up a bit of a rapport as you to and fro with these people. They'll ask something else off the back of your comment. You just build up this rapport. And thus, the next time they ask you for something, you're more likely to answer them because you've already been in conversation with them. Again, that's just reciprocity. That's how it works. So anybody who leaves a comment on actsonthis.tv, again, I reply to literally instantly, same as over on YouTube if people watch my vlog at the moment. 7. That's what I've just been through. I always respond to those comments, sorry, when they've been left. 8, right? This is something that people won't know unless you've actually used LinkedIn, but I really like this. Any suggestions to stop the echo when recording voice reel? Someone just asked on Periscope. Yeah, I mean, so the echo is absolutely dependent on the quality of the room. You can put a £3,000 microphone in a terrible room acoustically, and it will sound awful. You could put a £50 microphone in a beautifully treated, acoustically treated room, and it would sound better than that £3,000 one in a terrible room. The room is probably the most important thing when it comes to recording. There's a few ways to go around it quite cheaply. You can get literally these portable booths that are like a square. You put your microphone in, and you literally stick your head inside. They're relatively big, like a crate. They're about 50 quid. They're not very expensive. You can have a look on eBay for portable voiceover booth, and that's a very cheap way to do it. Another way is you can get these shields that basically go behind the microphone. Again, they're quite big, but they're only about 50, 60 quid. That's very good. And you can buy some software as well for your editing software, that will actually digitally take echo out. You can't ultimately remove it without it sounding treated. It sounds a little bit fake, but there is some stuff if you lightly process it. There's a great plugin called Echo Remover. Just Google Echo Remover. You can only, I think you can only get it for Final Cut, Adobe Audition. I think it works on those two. Final Cut if you're editing video, Adobe Audition if you're editing audio. Takes the echo out beautifully, but you can't over-process it. You only want to use that plugin. It gives you a threshold out of 100. I always use it to a maximum of 40 out of 100. Anything more than that, it starts sounding processed. Best way to deal with echo, though, is to not have it there in the first place, and that would be to get a portable booth. Slight tangent, but I hope that helps. So 8, right? This is something that you'll only know of if you use LinkedIn. Who here uses LinkedIn? Because it is valuable as an actor. Very, very valuable. Kim says my radio station uses foam tiles. Yeah, that's it. So it's just acoustic treatment, Kim, definitely. It just basically stops reflections off hard surfaces. The fewer hard surfaces you can have in a room, the better. So Fanny uses LinkedIn every day, she says. It is very, very useful because it's a business environment, so it's great to... just joined, haven't used it much, says Bobby. It's great to do business on if you have any kind of business. But in the acting industry, it's still useful as well. Some big acting groups on there with lots of people in. But it's also good to keep in touch with directors, producers, and writers you've already worked with or would like to get in touch with. I'll answer that question in a bit, Brian. No problem. I've got a tutorial on that, mate. So yeah, there's actually a section on LinkedIn now which allows you to endorse other people for various skills. I started noticing this when I started getting emails off LinkedIn going, hey, James has just endorsed you for voiceover. This person's just endorsed you for TV. This person's just endorsed you for acting. You can endorse people for various skills, and then it shows on your profile how many people have endorsed you per skill. I got approached by Manchester City to be their stadium announcer at the Etihad Stadium. It would have been a really big gig, purely off the back of the number of endorsements that people had given me for voiceover on LinkedIn. Mental, don't know how they found me. Literally have no idea, but like, Ross, you're Manchester based. We're looking for a Manchester voiceover artist to be the stadium announcer for Manchester City. I don't follow football, so I wasn't that excited about it being Manchester City because my brother's a United fan. He would have killed me anyway. But it would have been a really big gig. Got down to me and this other guy. They went with a guy who was, proper mank. All right, bit Oasis like Manchester City. But that was off LinkedIn. And that would have been like a job worth tens of thousands of pounds because people had been endorsing me. So do you know what? The best way to get endorsed is to go out and endorse people first. So you can go on LinkedIn and you can go on any of your contacts, people that you know, and you can endorse them for their acting ability, their directing ability, their writing ability, their voiceover ability, whatever it is. And guess what happens? Because the law of reciprocity kicks in, they endorse you right back. probably the same day, because LinkedIn will send them a notification to go, hey, Jill's just endorsed you for acting, etc., etc. So go and endorse and recommend people that you know on LinkedIn. You can also review people on LinkedIn now as well, where you can actually literally leave them a little paragraph about what it was like working with them, etc., etc. If you do that first, I promise you they're going to do it back. I had one through from David Lawrence, who you'll know from the Facebook group, quite a big American actor, does VO2 Go-Go, the voiceover training course as well. Completely, utterly out of the blue. And then also from a web developer that I'd worked with, completely, utterly out of the blue. What's the one thing that I do? I go and I write them one right back, because reciprocity kicks in, and I think it's the right thing to do. So that's pretty big. Jill says, use LinkedIn on marketing jobs to find contact names within companies. Very, very good. Honestly, it's brilliant to just search for stuff on LinkedIn, search for people. Bobby says Star Now allows you to do that as well. If you're an actor and you're on Star Now, definitely. But do it before they do it to you. And do it without expectation they're going to do it back. But I promise you, in 99% of cases, they will do it back. You reap what you sow. Number 9, let's have a look. And you can do all of these tonight, guys. Like I said, they're dead simple. Number 9, Instagram. Keep talking about how useful Instagram is. It's getting bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. Did an example on this month's open Q&A a couple of weeks ago, where Instagram now lets you go live with a friend. Instagram's just getting bigger. You can do some great stuff as actors and presenters and stuff on LinkedIn, on Instagram now, sorry. So share useful images and photos of others in Instagram. So say, for instance, Jordan the other night, like I said, he was posting on Instagram about Casualty, the episode that he directed. What you can do is you can get a free app, completely free. It's called Repost. It's a blue icon with like a little arrow going around the squares, and it's like a recycle kind of arrow. And what it allows you to do is grab somebody else's photo or video on Instagram, and then it allows you to repost that directly to your profile with a credit to them, going repost of Alex Hewitt or wherever it is, whoever it is. So when you see people in the industry, actors, casting directors, writers, whoever, posting something that is useful, grab it and then repost it. They're going to love you for that. They will see it because you end up tagging them in it. They'll probably leave a comment, and they might do something for you then in return, where they, repost your show reel, etc., etc. Again, reciprocity. But it's dead easy on Instagram. So straightforward, because you don't have to write anything. You literally just grab this Repost app. Go and download it now. It's just called Repost. There's a free version. There's a version without adverts for about $5 or something like that, but I've not bought it. You just use the regular one, I think. And yeah, lets you repost anything that you see on Instagram to your own profile, and then give credit to that person as well. And again, if you're grabbing something useful for your audience, guess what? You're going to get more followers, because people are like, wow, this person's always putting great content in front of me. It's not just all selfies. It's actually content that's useful to other people, not just narcissistic or useful to you. 10, last one. Obviously, YouTube is just massive. People put their show reels on there. People put their short films on there. People put their web series on there. Leave comments after you have watched something. Again, like I say, I love it when people leave a comment after one of my vlog episodes. I reply to all of them. We've covered that tonight. But you can also recommend YouTube videos as well. Literally hit the share icon on YouTube, grab that URL and recommend that video, that show reel, that short film, that web series, whatever it is. Might be an interview with someone in the industry who's useful. Recommend that on your Twitter. Recommend it on your Facebook. Embed that video, into your post. Tag the person whose video it is into it. They're going to see it and like, wow, you know what? This person's, not just left a comment on my video. They've took the time out to grab the URL of episode 1 of my web series, for instance. I don't mean mine. I mean, it could be anybody's. They're starting a new web series up that you would want to be in. How are they going to feel when you grab their URL from YouTube, put it over on your Twitter, include them in it in an app mention, going, wow, episode 1 of this is amazing. Everybody must see this. Great job at Joe Blogs, whoever it is. You'll be like, wow, this person's like sound. They're probably going to have a look at your profile. If they see you're an actor, they're probably going to hit follow. They're then following you on Twitter. You can then put stuff in front of them that could end up persuading them to give you a job, give you a casting, whatever. Reciprocity. And like I say, this all just sounds so basic, but I just don't see people doing it. All I see is people posting their own stuff on social media. And And that's it. Not recommending anything from anybody else. Does repost have rainbow arrows on? Yes, it does on a blue square. It does, Sharon. That is the one. Definitely. Reposts are really good. Yeah, really, really good app. Now, there's a few golden rules of this. We'll recap on these in a minute as well. But ultimately, yeah, the list we've just been through can be expanded. There's other social media platforms. There's lots of other ways you can show reciprocity on social media. But the point is that what you make happen for others will happen for you too. Okay, if you positively engage and network with others, you should expect the same return. Doesn't mean you must and every single time you're going to get that, but you can expect. You should kind of be erring on the fact that it's going to happen, but don't be disappointed if it doesn't. But 99% of the times it really will. This is the law of reciprocity in action, and there is no place that this law applies stronger than with social media marketing of yourself or of a product or of a brand. I've started using actually rather than brand, because I know people have like a bit of a stigma attached to personal branding. It sounds all arsey. Your personal brand is just your reputation, guys. If it makes you feel better about personal branding yourself on social media, you just look at it as your reputation. That's what it is. And I feel at the moment, in the times that we're in today, that if you really aren't utilizing at least Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, there are others like we've mentioned tonight, but if you're not using those three and you're not putting relevant content out or sharing relevant content of other people's with your audience, my intuition just tells me in a couple of years' time, not right now, but honestly, in a year, 18 months, 2 years' time max, you are going to become less and less relevant, and you just have you have the danger of becoming irrelevant in the current space, because there's going to be lots of people who are utilizing these platforms to gain attention, and that attention is going to drown you out. And unless you do something incredibly special, or you have a lot of luck with an agent or an audition or whatever it is, there's going to be people making more noise. And it doesn't mean about making noise for noise sake. You can make lots of noise with a shit product and then no one will touch you with a barge pole. But if the content you are putting out is very good and high quality, people want more of that. So reciprocity on social media as well can often be instant and long-standing. It's probably the only place you'll get instant reciprocity, because people can very quickly go to your profile and follow you after a retweet. Thank you, Claire Jones, for retweeting this. Reciprocity right there. Hopefully this is delivering value. People want to retweet this because they're getting value from it. A couple of golden rules, okay? I want everybody literally to just be the initiator of the engagement. Thank you, Sharon, for sharing this. Be the initiator. Don't wait for someone to share your stuff before you share theirs. You have nothing to lose by sharing theirs. Don't think, if I'm going to share their video on my profile, that bumps down one of my posts. People will look at theirs more than mine. It's not about that. People are going to see your stuff regardless because of the algorithms of these platforms, okay? It doesn't mean... You'll notice on Facebook stuff popping up that was posted 3 days ago from a friend. Doesn't mean because it was posted 3 days ago you never see it because something else was in front of it. These platforms are very intelligent and learn what you like to look at, and then will present you with that regardless of when it was posted. So be the initiator of the engagement. It means a lot when someone goes out of their way to promote something you are doing without you asking. Be the initiator. 2, be genuine. This is it. It's got to be genuine. Be genuinely interested in what others are saying and doing. So again, it's not manipulation. This is not doing it for doing its sake in terms of, if I do this, what are you going to do for me? This is doing this stuff because it's the right thing to do, and doing the right thing is always the right thing. You should be supporting other people in this life, in this world, in and out of this industry, because that's just what we should do as human beings. You should have a drive and want to do that. Celebrate other people's success. You don't know where doing that is going to lead you. It's going to make you feel a lot better, and people are going to want to spend a lot more time with you. That's a given. Okay, that could lead to all kinds of opportunities. And then number 3, be generous with your interactions and give more than you get. So this is this rule that I try and live by. This is this 49-51 rule. Okay, I try and always be giving 51% and only asking for 49% back. Because again, it's just the right thing to do. And when I started doing this all those years ago, so the reciprocity for me started like this. I've told this story so many times, but I'll just tell it again very briefly. Left drama school, hit a brick wall with castings, couldn't get an agent. Just was like, I spent 4 years getting everything wrong. So this was 2004, 2005 when I left drama school. 2009 comes around, nothing's happened whatsoever. It's just like, I'm just literally bashing my head against a brick wall. What happens then is I'm like, right, okay, I need to start just giving more than I'm getting. So I told you what it is. I looked at all the casting directors in the country. I looked at every one of their websites, and I basically went through and vetted them all a little bit and went, I know I'm really good at websites. That website's poor, that website's poor, that website's poor. I'm going to email these people in a nice way and go, hey, listen, I'm an actor, not looking for any castings from you, but I'm looking to learn about the industry because I feel it's going to help. Can you bring me in and I can shadow you for a bit? In exchange, I will sort your website out for you for free. Okay, so I'm giving them more than I'm asking for, way more than I'm asking for. I'm giving them hundreds of pounds, if not thousands of pounds worth of web development, ultimately for me to just go into their office and help them. So it's like a double whammy. Not only am I going to come in and help you, I'll photocopy for you, make tea, any dog's body work, sign people in reception, read in auditions, whatever you want. I'm not only going to do that for you for nothing, I'm also going to do your website for nothing as well. What happens? The people who accepted that help got so blown away by the fact that I'm like, wow, this guy's like super generous. You know, he's giving more than he's asking for. They just wanted to give me more and more. I had people going, right, casting directors going, listen, I'm going to ring agents on your behalf and tell them that they should definitely see you. Because I had to be good in the first place. You know, I actually had to have something to offer. If I was a terrible actor, I'm sure they wouldn't have done that. But they saw me, you know, struggling after drama school. I had obviously, you know, a bit of talent. And then because I'd done all of this for them, reciprocity kicks in. Like, you know what, this guy's all right. He's doing this generously and for the right reason. He's not asking for anything back. I'm going to give him something back because I feel it's the right thing to do. And then from there, that's how I got my agent, really. And then more and more opportunities came, basically because I carried on with this law that we've spoken about tonight. There's a little quote I want to finish on, and it's by a guy called Carroll Quigley, who was a bloke. Carroll, 2 R's, 2 L's. It says, look, the basis of social relationships is reciprocity. If you cooperate with others, others will cooperate with you. And that's just it. If you found in life that, you know, there's a brick wall in front of you, or you don't seem to be able to break through to something, just look at your social relationships and look what they are built on. And if they are not currently built on reciprocity, all relationships, professional, social, personal, private, whatever, if they're not built on reciprocity, start building on reciprocity. Start looking at what you can give more than what you can take, and people will just want to give you stuff without you even asking. I know we've covered this quite a few times, but I just think tonight it's a bit more explicit. We'll go quickly from 10 to 1 on what these things are that you can do right now. So tonight, write this down. Recommend someone's YouTube video. Go to YouTube, get a video from somebody in the industry, an actor. Doesn't have to be, you know, anybody super famous. Just someone who you want to support because that's the right thing to do. Leave a comment on it, and then share it on your timeline going, hey, people should check out this actor, this actress. They're really great. Watch what happens back. 9, share some useful images on Instagram. You can do that repost via the repost app. Dead simple. 8, endorse and recommend somebody on LinkedIn. Go on LinkedIn now, right now, and just find somebody who you like and respect. Endorse them. 7, anyone's left you a comment, always respond and answer any questions that are asked. 6, make sure you're leaving comments on people's blogs if you're reading people's posts on websites. 5, leave valuable comments after reading posts on social media. So same applies, websites and social media. Don't just hit and run, basically take all the information and then not say thank you for it. 4, share the posts of others, really important, on Facebook, Google+, LinkedIn, wherever you're hanging out. 3, share valuable blog posts or links from other sources on your own timelines. So that's just collating and curating other people's content. If you've found something that's useful and you've got value from it, give it to the world. It's the right thing to do. 2, acknowledge every single mention, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, anywhere. Anybody mentions you anywhere, acknowledge it. And number 1, just, you know, how long does it take you to hit retweet on a link or a comment or post on Twitter? That's where the acting industry hangs out mostly right now. Just start retweeting stuff. It's, again, a very, very quick way to get noticed. So that's it. They're the golden rules. Be the initiator. Be genuinely interested, and be generous with your interactions. And I'll be back on Wednesday night, guys, for some more motivation. No, not motivation mind hacks. Book club, innit? Of course. And we are reading this chap's book. Let me bring these slides down. Bloody love this book. I've been reading a bit more of it over the weekend. Anthony Mindall's At Left Brain Turn Right. Anthony's a top LA acting coach, and basically He's trying to help people get out of their analytical brain, which is the left side of the brain, into their creative brain, the right side of the brain, get over fear. Ultimately, it says an uncommon path to shutting up your inner critic, giving fear the finger, and having an amazing life. Ties in beautifully with personal development and acting, all in the same book. It's a great one. Get yourself over to amazon.co.uk. You can pick up a copy for like £6, or pick up the audiobook for $3.99. Dead easy. Alex says, thank you, Ross. Going to initiate by tweeting how great this scope has been. Well, thank you, Alex. But seriously, mate, I mean, seriously, like, honest to God, as a left-hander, it helps. You know what? If you're left-handed, Sharon, that means your right hand part of your brain is controlling your left hand. That's how it works. Your right hand controls your left. Your left hand side of your body, of your brain, controls your right. So maybe you are more creative that way. But yeah, do that. And honestly, like, you know, I just know, like, you know, if you did that, Alex, guess what's going to happen? If you share this scope and you comment on it, guess what's going to happen? I'm absolutely going to reply. I'm going to want to say thank you, and I'm probably going to share something of yours as well. Or at least, you know, we build up a stronger rapport between us all. And when you do need something, and you're like, you know what, that person supported me for years, always being there, doing this. Boom, going to help them out. Did it with Lee. So Lee Petch, who is my cameraman for the vlog, was like, he's been in the community, Act on This, literally since day one. I met him the day I officially launched actonthis.tv at Surviving Actors 2011, nearly 8 years ago. And I was like, you know, he's literally been there from the start. He's, you know, an actor like all of us. You know, he's not got to the point where he can leave his day job or whatever. But I'm like, this guy supported me so much. I feel like if I can do something for him eventually, I'm going to do something for him. Gets to the point where I'm like, right, I need a cameraman. Lee, how would you feel? He's not a trained cameraman. How would you feel about learning how to shoot with a video camera with me for my vlog? And, you know, I'll pay you, obviously. You know, what do you get paid in the pub? You know, right, let's at least make sure you are getting what you get paid in the pub for doing this. But actually, rather than you having to work with drunk customers, you come and work with me. I introduce you to all the people that I know in the industry, voiceover industry, acting industry. You come along with me everywhere that I go. Is that not better? That's reciprocity. Because I'm like, I feel obligated. So this guy supported me so much. What can I do for him? And he's not asked me for this. I've just gone, I feel like, you know, I want to give this guy a break if I can. And eventually, I hope, in the new year, that'll go to him not just doing 2 days a week for me, but literally, I'll be able to give him a full-time job. And the only way I can give him a full-time job is because over the years, I've used reciprocity to get myself in a position work-wise and financially, so I can pay somebody. It's all come about through reciprocity. It's just super, super powerful. What do you say, Sharon? Can we do a birthday party or something? I missed your comment. Sharon wants to book Petch for a birthday party or something. Petch is hilarious. If you watch the end of the vlog, we often challenge Petch to do something crazy that normally involves drinking a crazy drink, not alcoholic, and doing a dance. Slightly off topic, but always entertaining. The guy's an absolute beast. He's a machine. I've not seen anybody beat this guy when it comes to downing Irish coffees, cans of Monster. We've got a special treat for tomorrow's vlog that we're going to be filming. But yeah, in a whole, guys, reciprocity, it's just it. It's everything. I'm inviting you, Petch and Chris, to my 50th birthday party on the 2nd of December. Sharon, if we're available, who knows? Maybe we'll all show up as a little trio. Definitely. Let us know where it is. But yeah, 2nd of December, near Christmas time as well, isn't it? You get a double whammy: Sharon birthday, then Christmas. So thank you guys, appreciate you all. Kim says, I love Petch. He's a top guy, and so glad you've given him this chance. He's a top bloke. Honestly, really, really good guy. I'm going to finish with a 60-second clip of the vlog that I put out today. You'll see us go to the Christmas markets in Manchester. We took them by storm. If you've not been at the Christmas markets yet in your city, definitely go. It's really cool, but be prepared to spend a lot of money on mulled wine. In Manchester right now, it's £7 a cup. That's because you get to keep the cup if you want, and the cup is £2.50. So I think it's £4.50 if you take the cup back. You get your £2.50 back. But yeah, £7, quite expensive. We went there, sung a bit of Michael Bublé, ate some chocolate pancakes. It was top. but I'm going to show you a 60-second clip of that. Don't forget, if you subscribe, this is Reciprocity for you. If you subscribe on YouTube to Watch Ross by going to youtube.com/Watch Ross, I'm drawing one subscriber who's left a comment on any episode. Every episode that you leave a comment on is classed as an entry. Every comment you leave is an entry. I am, thank you for retweeting, Brian. I am going to be drawing somebody on New Year's Eve, and I'm going to pay for your Spotlight subscription. I just paid for mine today, actually. If you've already paid for yours, I'm going to reimburse you the full cost of your Spotlight subscription for 2018. I'm going to give you that in one hit into your bank, literally, as cash. That's what you get. If you've not paid for it, I'm going to pay for it for you. And if you're not an actor, say you're a writer or a director or just nothing to do with the industry, I'm going to get you just a great gift for around about 150 quid. Don't know what it's going to be, but I'm going to treat you. And all you need to do, literally, is subscribe to youtube.com/Watch Ross, because that is Reciprocity. So thank you so much for being here. Appreciate you. This is 60 seconds of my vlog. Get yourself over to YouTube, watch it, leave a comment. Don't know what I'll do for you in return. Thank you very much. And yeah, I'll see you Wednesday night, guys, 9 p.m. Bye for now. You ready for some glue wine or what?
Ready for glue wine.
There's no glue in it, just wine. If all you do is wait for permission from somebody to put your stuff on TV, you're just doing yourself a massive disservice. So this is Lee. He basically follows me with the camera for a bit, and we just do a bit of like daily vlogging. Okay. So there you go, that is one episode done of this documentary. I've got 2 to do today. It's never been easier for me as an actor or a writer or a producer to take my content direct to consumer with this incredible thing we have called the internet. This is the legend producer, Matt. Matt, this is the vlog.
Who is Ross's ideal woman? Well, come on, we all know it's Kate Middleton, right?
2 for me. One's for you, Petch, really. Oh, Christmas in a cup.